Hello again. I only get one shot, so I want to make sure that I'm showing you as much as I can with our friend Turbo here. This video is the brushing video, which I know a lot of you guys have asked me for. So for better or for worse, he's actually one of the hardest dogs to brush because he legitimately hates it. You saw in the last video, he tried to eat my finger. He will eat my finger. So I really have to be pretty careful. I'm warning you because if he goes crazy, then I just don't want you to be shocked. Okay, so I know that there is a tangle here and we're going to focus on that just so that you can get an idea of how I would brush this out. So I need a slicker brush, a comb. So this comb is pretty strong. So that's a kind of an important factor. You don't want it to be too flimsy, because then it will bend the bristles. And then you can see this part has wider teeth and this part has smaller teeth. There's actually a purpose for that. The wider teeth are used to open up the tangles, and then this side is used to make sure that you have brushed it entirely. So I'll show you that in a second. And then this is the dematting spray that I used earlier. I have it in another bottle, but it's this one here that we used by Hydra. And so the very first thing I want to do is spray that area, just because I know that this area is tangled. So that goes in. And then step 2 is to use the slicker brush, because this is the most gentle brush for the starting point. And then, all right, Turbs, be nice to me. Okay, he's doing a good job, so this is good. Okay, so I'm kind of just, if I get stuck, the other thing I can do is kind of lift the hair with the part that's already brushed and then focus on a smaller area. And I'm also putting my finger really close to the skin, or to the skin, so that when I'm brushing, I'm only brushing the outer part. That limits the amount of pain or pulling. So you can see here, he's actually doing a pretty good job. He's calmed down from earlier. So there, and I'm kind of just moving through that tangle. Let's say I think I'm done. So the very first thing after that would be to use this comb on the the wider side. Go through, so that passed the test. And then I turn it around to the other side and go through again. So it's going through, which is exactly what I want. Again, that was just from like here to here though. So if I keep on going down, I know that there's another tangle, so it got stuck. So then I repeat the process and do the exact same thing in this area. But that's kind of how you have to do it. It is a tedious thing to have to deal with, but that's the best way to make it so that they're not in pain. And so that's the leg. I'm just going to focus and tell you what areas to look for, because any area that has friction, that's usually where they get tangled. So one common spot is under here, under the armpit, on both sides. This area right here where I was brushing earlier, the beard. So very quickly, I'll kind of go over the beard again with the slicker brush. You can kind of tell when it gets stuck, and that's where I would go over the comb just to make sure, but it's going through pretty well. And I brushed a lot of it in the tub too. So yeah, go here. Sorry, buds. I know, baby. Okay, good boy. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, that's for, and then I would say, like, the legs are the majority of the places where it gets tangled. So I would say if you focus on the legs, you're in good shape, because even for us, I know most of you are going to be here after like 3 months of not having a groom. I can shave the body down pretty short and make your dog look really cute. It's the legs that's usually hard to make look cute if they're really skinny. So I would say try to save the legs before you save the body. So that's another tip too. But that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.